Okay, so spring is coming. We're going to have a challenge. You're not going to want to miss this. So it's about time to start working in the garden. We're going to be putting the camera out there a lot more often so you can see kind of the things I'm doing. I'm going to be redoing some things in my garden that I haven't done in a number of years, but I'll start going ahead and throwing some pictures up of some of our past gardening years, things we've done throughout the seasons over the last number of years. I think you're going to enjoy some of those photos. But one of the things we do here is we use ground cloth to grow in our garden. It's a polypropylene ground cloth, which means it has no PFAS, it has no BPA plastics, it has no phthalates in it. It's an organic type ground cloth that we use here on the homestead because I have a war on plastics going on and I don't want that stuff. There's some other more horrible ground cloths that you can use. I try to advise people to stay away from if you want to grow a healthy garden and keep that soil healthy. And so that's why I use that, but it's a fantastic weed fabric that will last. I've used the last one for up to about 5 years now. It's just worked great. So before I started using this, I used to grow on a regular basis wine cap mushrooms, and I grew them from a company called Field and Forest Products. Now they have all kinds of stuff in their catalog. They're not paying me to promote them. They've never paid me to promote them. I get zero if you buy anything from them. But I'm going to do a challenge this year because I've enjoyed their products so much over the years. And the difference between this year and years before I started using this ground cloth system was the fact that I didn't use that. And so I just mulched heavy and allowed those mushrooms to come up. So this year I'm going to try a different experiment where I have these little holes that I burn in, and you'll see some of the footage where we're putting the holes in from the last time we put this in about 6 years ago. And I want those mushrooms, I'm going to try to encourage those mushrooms to grow up in the holes alongside the plants. And if you know anything about mushrooms, they tend to feed the root nodules of your plants, which gives you a healthier plant. And you also have the benefit now with the mushroom. Wine cap mushrooms are one of the easiest ones to grow, and they sell these kits inside here. And I'm going to read a little bit of this to you, and I want you to encourage you to go and see if you might find that you might want to grow these. Wine caps are really the easiest ones to grow. They can grow in almost any garden, especially if you add mulch and hay and different, straw, things like that, wood chips to your garden. They're fantastic for that. But even if you use a ground cloth, I'm going to try this year to grow these and encourage them to grow. So we'll see how that works. The challenge this year for you guys is that I'm going to award a prize to one of my patrons. And to be eligible for this, all you have to do is join my Patreon. You can join for free, but it's open. The challenge for winning the prize is open to anyone who joins at the $1 level or higher. $1. $1 a month is what gets you in. You can pay for the year if you want to. It's like $12 or $10 or something like that if you pay for the year. But that gets you in the door. And the prize will be probably a solar power station, a solar generator type station, probably valued at around $1,000 or more, maybe a little bit less, but around $1,000 or more is usually what I give away for these things. And so that's what you pay $1, and all you got to do is submit a photo to me through Patreon, or you can do it through my website. I just got to make sure you're a patron. And then you submit that photo of your wine caps coming up in your garden, and I choose a winner from whoever sends me the best photo. I did this last year for the charcuterie challenge for whoever made the best charcuterie, and we got sent in by a family. I forgot the name of the name they went through on Patreon, but anyway, they sent me a fantastic photo. I'll put it up on screen, and they won the contest. They won a solar generator for that. They were awarded that. So this year we're going to do the wine cap mushroom. Again, it's the easiest mushroom to grow. It's so easy. Other mushrooms are pretty temperamental. Some of them can be easy, but the wine caps are notoriously the easiest. Anyone can grow these. You just throw it in the ground, put some wood chips and some straw over the top, even some hay, and they're going to grow. I guarantee you. I've done this before. I've done it. Okay, it's very, very simple. And they're going to grow in abundance, probably for 2, maybe 3 years. So let me just read a little bit of this to you and see if this is something that you might want to do. You can go to Field and Forest Products, or just Google Field and Forest and you can find their website, fantastic website. But here's what they say. The easiest garden grown mushroom, the wine cap. Wine caps serve as a decomposer of small particle mulches, both woody chips and dust, as well as straw high in cellulose content. These mulches, which provide the benefit of holding in soil moisture and suppressing weeds can be added to garden beds or under tree plantings and then inoculated with wine cap spawn. The wine cap mycelium works to quickly break down mulch to a layer of humus essential to soil health and good plant growth. A dual benefit is the robust production of these red-capped mushrooms, which are mildly earthy in flavor and crunch, making them a good culinary mushroom and a delicious pickle. They are absolutely fantastic. We'll probably try to pickle them this year, but they're great for the culinary stuff. Cooking, I've cooked with them. Butter makes everything better. Choosing a location. Wine caps can tolerate full sun if the beds are mulched after inoculation and protected from the unharnessed winds of large open fields. So it's like I put these in my garden and I didn't even have cover in some of the plants, like the tomato plants and the peppers kind of shaded them a little bit, but it doesn't matter. If you mulch them well, they'll even grow in sun. Now, they won't last long in sun. Once they pop, you need to get them and harvest those. Otherwise, they'll flatten out real quick. But and they'll lose their color. So you got to get them quick if you don't have any shade for them. But it doesn't matter. They will still grow. The bed should be built in a well-drained location and prefer dappled or partial sun to deeply shaded areas. Planted in the garden in wood chip paths and under personal plantings, the wine cap mycelium can help build soil organic matter while producing a beautiful crop. It goes on to say wood chips or straw. You can use either, but we like using both. Wine cap, and I concur, that both is better. Wine cap digests straw fast, easily producing the mushrooms the same growing season as the inoculation. So if you do these right now, you order this now, you get a 5-pound bag of sawdust right now, you will get some this spring and summer. That's why we're doing the contest. Wood chips are denser, providing longevity, but are slower to colonize in fruit. Beds made with both materials yield mushrooms fast and others several years, but each on their own can be equally productive. It goes on to say, when talking about the type of chips and straw, if using wood chips, mixed chips from a landscaper or municipality usually work great. Coniferous chips should be aged at least several months, as should any fresh sawdust or chips from oak. Straw can be poor quality and partially damaged. Water, wheat, oat, and barley are the best choices. Avoid the hay. So there you go. Avoid the hay. Even though I've done it before in hay, it does work. The reason they say don't use hay is because that hay will produce grass seed, and grass seed will compete with the mushrooms and kind of choke them out, or it could choke them out. So I use hay on my garden because I use a ground cloth to, keep the hay down, and it still decomposes into great soil. But if you don't have ground cloth and you're still trying to grow these mushrooms with just straw or hay or wood chips, you're going to have that competing issue. So that's why they're saying that. Wine cap fruit in response to temperature, moisture change, and mycelial readiness. While late summer and early fall provide cool evening temperatures, an increase in the rainfall brings fruitings on naturally, and you can still encourage fruiting in the off seasons in the summer by installing straw and wood chip beds throughout the growing season. So that's the key, guys. Like, I have grown these, and they will fruit all growing season long. They'll fruit in the spring. They will fruit in the summer, especially when you get a rain that comes in. You get a rain, go out there and look, because they're probably coming up in a day or so. And then in the fall. So they will fruit all growing season if you provide good enough mulch. In general, straw beds will usually start fruiting approximately 4 to 8 weeks after inoculation if moisture is properly maintained throughout the spawn run. Wood chip beds take longer, approximately 8 to 12 weeks. A 5-pound bag will pretty much inoculate my entire garden. I'll put a little bit here, I'll put a little bit there. And again, I'm going to encourage mine to grow in the holes so that when the plants are coming up, when the tomatoes, the peppers, and cucumbers and all these things are coming up, there's also wine cap mushrooms down there also. I'm probably going to grow this alongside my bush beans. So I'll have a giant bush of bush beans, and then I can have my wine cap mushrooms growing underneath that bush, which give it plenty of shade. I'll also grow these underneath the okra and whatever different things I'm growing, except maybe like lettuce. I want to give lettuce the most chance to grow this spring. But other things that I know that I'm going to start, and maybe cabbage, I won't grow them along cabbage, but other things, absolutely I will, and I'll see how well they do inside of with my ground cloth and in the holes that I'm growing my plants in. The price for this, a 5-pound bag, costs $28. So $28 gets you a 5-pound bag, and that'll pretty much do your entire garden. It'll probably do my entire garden. I may get 2 bags if I want to try it in another location outside of my garden. I may do that, but 1 bag will probably get you in. And again, all you got to do is be a patron at $1 level or above, and then you get your bag of sawdust, order it now, and then you start getting these planted, and then you can participate in the contest in the award system that we're going to be using over at Patreon, and then you can win this prize, this power station. I don't know what power station it'll be yet, but I have a number of companies, including OUPES, who I've advertised for heavily on my channel in the past, and we'll give away something to my patrons. But anyone can join. You can join Patreon for free. It's free to join Patreon. Go over to Patreon, join Patreon, and that way you at least keep getting updates. And then right before you submit your photos, if you want to, like if you're really poor and you can't afford $1 a month, just go ahead and get the buck right before you submit your photos, and you might win. You might win a $1,000 power station. So go join for free. Stay up with the announcements, stay up with the contest, stay up with the awards, and then if you want to join. If not, just go ahead and join now, and then you can just join us for the ride. I think this will be a great way to, number one, award a power station to somebody, but also do something that I think you're going to really enjoy. Listen, I've grown lots of different mushrooms before. I've grown shiitakes, I've grown wine caps, I harvest turkey tails here on a regular basis because I drink turkey tail tea every single morning. And then also we have these things too. We have, these are the comb tooth mushrooms. They grow wild out here. And also we have coral mushrooms. I think there's a really good picture of coral mushrooms in here too. They grow wild, and I eat those whenever we find those, usually in the fall. I don't know if you can see that right there, the coral. But those grow fantastic, and they taste great with butter. So there's lots of great mushrooms opportunities in here. They even sell morels, even though I don't know if that would be. I've heard people have had real major difficulties when trying to grow those things. So if you've grown morels and grown them successfully, please leave a comment below. I would love to hear that. And I'm sure other people would love to hear that as well. But what do you think? Are you going to participate in the contest? Head over to patreon.com/AnAmericanHomestead right now. Link in the description below. Join for free, or sign up and order. Go to Field and Forest Products and get your kit, get your wine cap kit, and then let's get started on this contest. You're going to have a great time. We'll all have a great time, and we'll all learn from each other. All right, what do you think? I'd love to hear your thoughts below. See you next time in the homestead. Have you ever gone to a health food store and seen all those small bottles of probiotics in your cooler section? Man, can they be pricey. Are you really getting all you need to improve your gut health from those expensive bottles? How viable are they? Most of those products claim to give you between 8 and 15 strains of gut-healthy healing bacteria. Think of each strain of bacteria as a different factory in your gut. Each factory is responsible for breaking down that food in its own way. The more factories you have, the more the food is broken down and the easier the food is absorbed and digested by the body. A 2018 study published by the National Library of Medicine shows that one fermented head of cabbage can produce up to 114 strains of beneficial bacteria. That's a lot more food factories than you're getting from that expensive pill bottle. And that's just cabbage. Imagine the probiotics when you add garlic, onions, pepper, and more to that ferment. PerfectPickler.com and its home fermentation kits provide you with everything you need to get started making your own gut-healthy food factories from the comfort of your own kitchen. PerfectPickler.com even provides a jam-packed recipe book with many of our kits. Visit PerfectPickler.com and start fermenting your own veggies to begin your journey to better gut health. That's PerfectPickler.com.
Hey guys, did you know you can become a patron of An American Homestead? They get access to private videos, and we send them gifts from the homestead that we make here on the homestead. And we also enter our patrons into special giveaways that are only available to them. And before you go, please check out these other great videos. Go ahead, click. I'll wait.